JavaScript shipped 4 features that quietly delete a dependency each, and one of them changes how you clean up resources for good. Not a framework, not a build tool. Language-level additions, already running in Node and every major browser engine. Here's the deal. Set.prototype.union, Object.groupBy, Iterator helpers, and a brand new keyword called using. For features, 4 real before and afters, 1 honest verdict at the end on which ones earn a spot in your code this week. First one's live right now. 2 set objects, 1 line, intersection between them. No loop, no library. Set.prototype now has union, intersection, difference, and symmetric difference built in. 2 set objects of user IDs, call intersection, get back exactly the users in both. The exact job Lodash's intersection function has done for a decade, now 0 dependencies. Object.groupBy does the other half of that job. Pass an array and a function. Get back a plain object keyed by whatever that function returns. Orders grouped by status. Users grouped by role. 1 call. No manual reduce building up an accumulator object by hand. Map.groupBy is the same thing when you want a map instead of a plain object as the result. Both shipped in Node 22 and above. Both work today, and both are the kind of feature where the win is 1 less package in package.json, not a new way of thinking. Iterator helpers are the bigger shift. Any iterator, not just arrays, any iterator, now gets map, filter, take, drop, and to array directly on it, chainable, lazy. Lazy is the part that matters. Chain filter and take 3 on a huge generator, and only the values you actually need ever get computed. Nothing runs ahead of what you asked for. Do that same chain with array methods today, and you'd build the entire filtered array first, then slice it, wasting every element past the third. It reads like array methods, but it works on infinite sequences without blowing up memory. That's not Lodash catching up. That's a genuinely new capability the language didn't have. Everything so far has been a new method on something you already know. This one is new syntax, using and await using. Declare a resource with using instead of const, and the moment that block ends, normally by return or by a thrown error, its cleanup runs automatically, no finally block required. A database connection, a file handle, a lock, define a symbol.dispose or symbol.async dispose on it once, and every using declaration for that resource gets guaranteed cleanup for free. Here's the catch worth naming. This only works on objects that actually implement dispose. Most of the Node and browser standard library doesn't yet. Today, it mostly pays off in your own resource wrappers, not in fetch calls or existing APIs. That adoption gap is the real reason this hasn't spread as fast as the other 3. Verdict, in order of how fast I'd reach for these. Object.groupBy and the set methods. Adopt immediately, 0 risk. They just remove a dependency you're already carrying. Iterator helpers. Adopt the moment you're working with a generator or a large dataset where the lazy evaluation actually saves real memory. For a short array, a plain map and filter is still clearer. Using and await using. Worth learning the mental model now, but hold off wiring it into production code until the objects you actually touch, database clients, file handles, ship real symbol.dispose support. Right now you'd be writing the wrapper yourself just to use the syntax, and that's more code than the finally block it replaces. The takeaway, less Lodash, more language, but only where the language actually earns it. Would you rip Lodash out of an existing project for these today? Or is, if it ain't broke, the right call until the whole team's on a modern Node version? Tell me which side you're on in the comments. If one of these 4 is going in your code this week, hit like and subscribe. It's genuinely what lets me keep digging up features like this before they're old news. Next up, the acid and isolation levels video I keep promising, same 1 picture treatment, for database transactions this time.